Life is a journey filled with unexpected twists and turns. In our quest for happiness and fulfillment, we often find ourselves striving to control every aspect of our lives, to plan and predict the future. But what if there's another way? What if true contentment lies not in trying to manipulate outcomes, but in learning to surrender to the flow of life? This is the philosophy of letting life unfold, the art of embracing the present moment with open arms and a receptive heart. The essence of this philosophy lies in understanding that life is inherently unpredictable. No matter how much we plan and prepare, there will always be factors beyond our control. Embracing the present means embracing life in all its complexity, the highs and the lows, the joys and the sorrows. Mindfulness meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating this mindset. By bringing our awareness to the present moment, we can learn to let go of worries about the past and anxieties about the future. Embracing the present also means fully immersing ourselves in the richness of life, savoring every moment, cherishing every experience, and cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for the gift of existence. When we learn to let life unfold naturally, without resistance or attachment, we discover a profound sense of peace and freedom. We realize that happiness is not found in striving for some distant goal, but in fully embracing the beauty of this moment just as it is. So let go of the need to control and trust in the wisdom of life's unfolding. For in the embrace of the present, you will find everything you seek. Cultivating trust in the universe's divine timing involves developing a deep-seated belief that everything happens according to a higher plan or order, orchestrated by a universal intelligence or cosmic force. It's about relinquishing the need for immediate gratification or control, and instead surrendering to the flow of life with faith that things will unfold in their own perfect time. At its core, this philosophy acknowledges that there is a natural rhythm and timing to the unfolding of events in our lives, beyond our limited human perception. It's about recognizing that even though we may not always understand or see the reasons behind certain circumstances or delays, there is a greater purpose at play. Cultivating trust in the universe's divine timing requires a shift in mindset from one of impatience and resistance to one of patience and surrender. It means letting go of the need to force outcomes or rush progress, and instead embracing a state of receptivity and openness to what the present moment has to offer. Practicing patience and trust can be challenging, especially when faced with uncertainty or adversity. However, it is often during these times of difficulty that the universe's plan becomes most evident, guiding us towards growth, healing, and ultimately, greater fulfillment. By cultivating trust in the universe's divine timing, we learn to release the grip of fear and anxiety over the future, and instead find peace and serenity in the unfolding of each moment. We come to understand that even setbacks and delays serve a purpose in our journey, leading us closer to our highest good and ultimate destiny. In essence, cultivating trust in the universe's divine timing is about surrendering our will to a higher power, and in doing so, discovering a profound sense of alignment, purpose, and inner peace amidst the ebb and flow of life's ever-changing currents. Letting go of attachment to outcomes and expectations is a profound shift in perspective that liberates us from the grip of anxiety, disappointment, and suffering. It involves releasing our rigid attachment to specific outcomes or how we think things should unfold, and instead embracing a mindset of openness, acceptance, and trust in the natural flow of life. At its core, this philosophy acknowledges that attachment to outcomes often stems from a deeply ingrained desire for control and certainty. We cling to specific expectations as a way to mitigate our fears of the unknown and maintain a sense of security. However, this attachment can ultimately lead to frustration and disillusionment when reality fails to align with our preconceived notions. By letting go of attachment to outcomes and expectations, we free ourselves from the limitations of our ego-driven desires and preferences. we come to understand that life is inherently unpredictable and that trying to control every aspect of it is futile and exhausting. Instead, we learn to surrender to the present moment with an open heart and a willingness to embrace whatever unfolds. We cultivate a sense of detachment from the outcomes of our actions, trusting that whatever happens is ultimately for our highest good, even if it may not seem that way initially. Letting go of attachment to outcomes does not mean abandoning goals or ambitions altogether. Rather, it involves setting intentions with an open hand, allowing room for flexibility and adaptation along the way. It means being fully engaged in the process of creation, while remaining detached from the specific form that outcomes may take. Practicing non-attachment requires mindfulness and self-awareness. It involves observing our thoughts, emotions, and impulses without judgment and gently releasing any attachment that arises. This process can be challenging, as it may confront deeply ingrained patterns of thinking and behavior. However, with practice and perseverance, we can cultivate a greater sense of inner peace and freedom. Finding freedom in acceptance of what is involves embracing the present moment with a sense of openness, gratitude, and surrender. It is about acknowledging and making peace with the reality of our circumstances, rather than resisting or denying them. This philosophy invites us to shift our perspective from one of struggle and resistance to one of acceptance and empowerment. At its core, finding freedom in acceptance means recognizing that while we may not always have control over external circumstances, we always have control over our response to them. It is about acknowledging the inherent impermanence and unpredictability of life and choosing to respond with grace, resilience, and equanimity. Acceptance does not mean passivity or resignation. Rather, it is an active choice to embrace life as it unfolds, without judgment or resistance. It involves letting go of the need to constantly strive for something different or better, and instead finding contentment and fulfillment in the here and now. Practicing acceptance requires cultivating mindfulness and self-awareness. It involves observing our thoughts, emotions, and reactions without attachment or judgment, and allowing them to arise and pass away without clinging to them. This process of self-inquiry and introspection helps us to develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, and to recognize the inherent interconnectedness of all beings. Finding freedom in acceptance also involves letting go of the stories and narratives we create about ourselves and our lives, and instead embracing the truth of who we are in this moment. It means releasing the need for external validation or approval and finding self-worth and fulfillment from within. When we learn to accept life as it is, we experience a profound sense of freedom and liberation. We no longer feel bound by the constraints of our circumstances or the expectations of others, but instead we feel empowered to live authentically and fully in alignment with our truest selves. Embracing impermanence as a source of growth and renewal involves recognizing and accepting the transient nature of all things in life. It's about understanding that change is inevitable and that nothing in this world is permanent. Rather than resisting or fearing impermanence, this philosophy encourages us to embrace it as an essential aspect of our human experience. At its core, embracing impermanence invites us to let go of attachments to people, possessions, and circumstances. It's about releasing the grip of our ego's desire for stability and permanence and instead cultivating a mindset of flexibility, adaptability, and openness to change. Embracing impermanence as a source of growth means understanding that every ending is also a new beginning. Just as the changing seasons bring about the renewal of life, so too does impermanence offer us the opportunity for growth, transformation, and renewal. When we embrace impermanence, we learn to appreciate the beauty of each moment, knowing that it is fleeting and precious. We become more present and mindful, savoring the richness of life and cherishing the connections we share with others. Embracing impermanence also allows us to let go of the past and release regrets or resentments that may be holding us back. It encourages us to live fully in the present moment, embracing the opportunities and possibilities that each new day brings. Moreover, recognizing the impermanent nature of all things helps us to cultivate gratitude and appreciation for the blessings in our lives. When we understand that everything is temporary, we learn to value what we have and to make the most of the time we have been given. In times of difficulty or loss, embracing impermanence can offer solace and comfort, reminding us that pain and suffering are also transient and that healing and renewal are always possible. Ultimately, embracing impermanence as a source of growth and renewal is a profound act of surrender and trust in the inherent wisdom of life. It's about embracing the beauty and complexity of the ever-changing world around us and finding peace and contentment in the midst of life's uncertainties.